Hi everyone, my name is Lily. Welcome to Home Dulce Home. In this channel, you will find information about homeschooling, raising bilingual kids, motherhood, and today I will be sharing some recipes with you. This video is a collab that Erica from Keeper of My Home invited me to do with her and a couple of awesome ladies. I will be sharing their information on the description box below. I hope you will like this video and please consider subscribing if you like to see more videos like this. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the Arroz Con Pollo. It's chicken and rice with cilantro sauce, pretty much basically. It's a very typical recipe in Peru, where I was born. And this is what you need. This is a recipe that I have made my own, you can say. I do add spinach so I can add some nutritional value for my kids. Green pepper, cilantro, onion, peas and carrots. These are all the spices that I will be using. And you can do any kind of part of the chicken. This is the cheapest one, the chicken thighs. This was about a little over $1 per pound. So I thought it was a good deal, especially since we're trying to keep things affordable. And I will be sharing the exact amounts on the description because I usually don't measure things. I just go for what I usually prepare and what is enough for my family. I also have my chicken cooking here on my rice cooker. Some people cook it all together with the sauce, but I think it's easier for me as a busy mom to cook the rice on the rice cooker and then to do the meat part and the sauce on the side. For the rice, it's up to you how you want to cook it. It depends on the rice you use and it depends on the rice cooker you have. In this case, I am cooking 2 cups of rice with 3 cups of water because that's the consistency I like my rice to be, but it's totally up to you. So it's cooking right now and I'll show you the next part. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm seasoning the chicken first, and you can use as much or as little as you need. This is what it will be enough to feed my family. I'm doing garlic salt, onion powder, and cumin, some pepper, and one tip to make the chicken a little more flavorful is to add a few drops of apple cider vinegar. I already did that. And then don't forget to rub it in, and then always do both sides of the chicken. So make sure everything is coated with the spices, all the sides. Like I said, I don't usually measure what I put on it, but I do like a light shake on each one. I don't worry too much right now about the salt because I will add more salt later if it's needed. Right now I just want them to have a little bit of seasoning, and I will proceed to fry them. Okay, so now I have a somewhat deep pan. I put about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil, or you can use any oil for frying. And then I put, I set the heat to about a 4 or a 5, medium high. Whenever the oil is ready, it's warm or hot, I will put my thighs there. And at this moment, I only need the thighs to get browned on the side. I don't need them to cook at this moment because I will add some sauce and water later so they can cook with the cilantro sauce. Actually, my pan is a little small for this. But you need to get like a wider pan so you can fry them faster. Okay, so I was able to find a bigger, wider pan, and I transferred the thighs there. I'm browning both sides, but like I said, you don't have to cook them at this moment. We just want to brown the sides. While this cooking, I will start doing the sauce. So we'll go to the blender, and I added cilantro, spinach, about half an onion or a small onion, half green bell pepper, a small green bell pepper, a clove of garlic, and about 4 cups of water. And we'll blend this. We have the sauce together, which will be giving the most flavor to our dish. This will be like the main thing that will give flavor to the dish. The cilantro is what makes the difference. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn the thighs so they can brown on the other side. Okay, so once the thighs are getting a better color, a brownish color, we're gonna go ahead and add the cilantro sauce that we made. At this moment, we're gonna cook it on high and wait for the liquid to evaporate. So once you see there is about a cup or so of fluid or liquid left, go ahead and set the thighs or any kind of chicken or meat that you have used on the side. And this took a lot longer than I thought. I usually buy fresh thighs or I make it with chicken breast, and it doesn't take that long. But these thighs that I have bought, they were frozen, so they had a lot of liquid, and it took a lot longer for them to cook, and then it took a lot longer for me to get rid of all the extra liquid that it had. So I'm gonna get rid of some skin that was left over here. It doesn't really matter if you remove it. It's just right now I will turn down the heat, and I'm going to add these frozen peas and carrots that I just wanted to add, and it's you can use fresh peas or carrots, but you will have to add them at the beginning so they can cook really well. But I know these are frozen and they are pre-cooked, so I just add them at the end. So now that the frozen vegetables are already warm and mixed with the sauce, this is a good time to check the salt. For me, it was almost perfect. I just needed to add like a pinch of salt to it. And it's time to mix the rice. So you just add the rice on top, mix it all well with the sauce. And we'll get this really nice greenish color, and its flavor is delicious. And you can just serve it with the chicken thighs on top. Okay guys, so my second recipe will be an Alfredo chicken. These are the ingredients I'll be using. I'm using 3 chicken breast, but you can leave it up if you want it just with vegetables or just plain spaghettis. This is what I need for my family. You can use 1, 2, or as many or as little as you want. Again, I'm adding this cauliflower because I also want to add some extra vegetables. I always want to add some extra vegetables so I can make it more nutritional for my kids, but you can leave it out as well if you're not a big fan of vegetables. I add my garlic, salt, pepper. For this half and half, I'm trying to make it more healthier. So, but you can also use heavy cream or even milk. This is what works for me, I think, the best for the sauce to be creamy and kind of thick. Cornstarch and spaghetti, I do use about half of this for my family, and we are two adults and 4 kids, and I use about half of this container. So everything that I have here, I usually have enough for 2 recipes, because I do use half of this, half of that, and then just a little pinch of this and that. Cornstarch, you only need like about a tablespoon, half of this box. And again, I will leave the exact measurements on the description. Okay, so first, to cook the noodles, super simple. You only need a deep pan and water. You need to boil the water. I do add some salt and about 2 tablespoons of oil so the noodles don't stick together. And don't forget that the water has to boil first so we can put the noodles in, otherwise they will just get stuck together and it will be a huge mess. While the water is boiling, I went ahead and washed my cauliflower. I will only be using half of it, and I always remove the green parts, the leaves. And here's the cauliflower all chopped up. So now that we're done with the cauliflower, we will move on and start working with the chicken. I chopped off all the chicken that I had in bite-sized pieces, and now it's time to season it. I add a heavy shake of pepper and a light shake of garlic salt. Don't go too overboard with the salt, because we will be adding the Alfredo sauce on top of this chicken, so we don't want it to be too salty. Now my water is boiling, so we'll go ahead and add half of this box there. How long you cook it is totally up to you, or up to the kind of noodles you're using. It will usually tell you on the box. These noodles tell me that I have to cook it for about 8 to 9 minutes. While my noodles are cooking, I will go ahead and start browning my chicken. So it will take about 10 to 15 minutes for all the chicken to be cooked. I did add about 2 tablespoons of this oil, and then while I'm waiting for those 2 to cook, I will start making my sauce, because you want to try to do as much things as possible as fast as you can, so you can have dinner on the table on time, right? Once the noodles are ready, you can add the cauliflower to the same water that you cooked them in, and just turn the heat off. This will make them nice and soft to complement this meal. And here in the smaller pan, I have what I need to make the sauce. I forgot to mention, you do need a bar of butter. This is 2 cups of half and half butter, and cook it on low heat until the butter dissolves completely. I have here on the side about 1/3 of a cup of water mixed with a tablespoon of cornstarch, which I will be adding once the butter is all dissolved. And I will be adding half of this parmesan, as well as salt and pepper. So now the butter is all dissolved, we will turn down the heat and then add about half a cup of this Parmesan cheese. Mix it real well. And we have our chicken almost completely done, and we're about to drain these noodles and the cauliflower. So we're about to be done. And I will add my cornstarch and water that I had on the side. Just mix it. Sometimes it sets us at the bottom. You can see it's in there, so I'm gonna get some more fluid, mix it really well, and then put it back on. I think it's there now. Okay. Okay guys, so we are at the final step for the Alfredo chicken. I have all my chicken here. I drained the extra oil that it had. I had the noodles here with the cauliflower. I drained all the water. And then I have my sauce that we'll put on top. And here it is. It's all mixed up with the sauce. It smells delicious. And it's definitely a favorite for my family. So this is it, you guys. This is my Arroz Con Pollo, rice and chicken with cilantro sauce. It's Peruvian recipe from where I am from, with a twist, of course, with my twist. And an Alfredo chicken pasta. I hope you guys like this video. Please consider subscribing, liking this video, and don't forget to check out the other ladies on my description below. Thank you.